Hi, I'm Rob, and affordable guitars rule. Dirk Scherer is a blues rock guitarist, singer-songwriter from Germany. He has previously produced a full studio album and has recently released several new singles. Dirk got his first guitar at the age of 3, which means he undoubtedly played his first A minor chord with a loaded diaper. He's a graduate of Guitar Institute in California and has been on the professional music scene for decades. His influences include Mark Knopfler and Joe Bonamassa, and at any time of the day, he can be seen thinking about which guitar he'd like to buy next. Today we have singer-songwriter Daryl.
What the f***?
Dirk. Dirk Scherer. He's a German singer-songwriter musician. He has graced us with his presence today for an interview. Hi, thanks for showing up. Thanks for coming out.
Oh, thanks, Rob, for having me. It's like I said already many times before. It's just awesome to be at your place, like at the Guitar Shrine. And every morning I wake up here when I have a sleepover. It's awesome. When you wake up and you go to a room or you even sleep in a room, crammed with guitars, 40 plus guitars, you know you did something correct, right? so that's like it's like awesome. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to do this. So it's thank you.
No worries. Thank you for coming out, and I'm glad that you enjoy the room as much as I do.
Which is a pretty big family, by the way.
But the thing is, they don't eat much, and they don't argue or fight too often, so I never have to come in here and clean up the mess afterwards.
Actually, it looks way better than what I've been doing with just my guitars. Usually, they're just thrown
in a
out.
case,
Just somewhere in a case,
or stick them in a corner.
Well, the thing is, the chances are you're more prone to pick one up if they are properly in tune and not in a case.
Yeah, that's exactly the point.
Guitars are not out there; they are not produced to be safe, and in a case they're just there to be played, right? Here's the thing: I understand where that notion comes from. Like a guitar is like a work of art, or it's like something to collect, and we all are guilty of that, right? So, but there's still this thing. These are instruments. They are meant to be played, and they are meant to, bring joy to the people, Enlighten.
Plus, they look awesome.
Yeah,
plus they look awesome. People put work into making these things look awesome.
Yeah, right. I mean, just look at. For instance, I brought something here.
Yeah.
I was just talking about this. This is like I think it's like more like an SG custom, and I fell in love with it, and
it's based on the 61.
Yeah,
custom.
exactly, with the 3 pickups, and I haven't even, like I told you yesterday, I haven't really made much sense. So all
the dials. You'll get used to it.
I just twist and turn until the thing does what it's supposed to do. They sound good and look good, but it's like this. It's just, to me, it's a perfect. I'm leaning myself very wide out of the window, but to me it's like a perfect instrument. It's very light, and it sounds amazing, and take a look at this.
I know.
Do you mind? Yeah, come on.
Oh, by the way, this is the guitar that he fell in love with. He came to visit me last year.
That's right.
And so he fell in love with this guitar, and he wanted to buy it, but he got that one instead. So I helped inspire him get this SG guitar.
Absolutely.
And just for kicks, his wife bought him this exact same guitar just a few months ago. So now he has both of them at home. This was the one. This is mine that he played last year and fell in love, and it inspired him to get that one.
Yeah, that's quite. I was never, to be perfectly honest, I was never that fond of the SG shape before, but I just entered the room like exactly 1 year ago. Entered the room, I saw your room the first time when I came here, and I thought, oh my god! But this is the
you're walking in holy shit.
Exactly. So me sideways, man. But this was the first thing that I thought, oh my, what is going on here?
Well, plus it's white, so it drew your eye right.
Yeah, right.
It was parked over there.
Yeah, right.
So when you walk in, it's right in your direct line of sight.
Yeah,
and it's big and white, saying, "Look at me, bitch!" and
buy me.
And I remember you picked it up and you played it. because you were here for a couple of days,
Yeah, right.
and we had the kids here as well. They were playing.
Yeah, right.
I have neighbors' kids. They're like 4 or 5 years old, and once in a while they'll come down and raid my room and just point at a guitar, and I'll pick up and adjust the strap for them. Like I said, they're this big, and they'll play my guitars. But they were here last year when Dirk was playing, or Dirk was visiting, because we had the amps turned up. So the kids were right upstairs. They heard it. They came down. And so Dirk, while the kids were running around the room, Dirk had this guitar just sitting in the corner. No one was bothering him. He didn't know. The kids were doing whatever they were doing, and you were in the zone with this guitar just playing it.
I didn't even notice there was somebody else in the room. I swear to God. It's like, if it were not for the noise, I would probably still be sitting here somewhere and playing that thing. But I think it's an awesome guitar, and it's really it's amazing what they do with these things. And I got it as a present from my wife for my birthday, like 6 weeks ago, and I can't put it down. Like this one, I've really fallen in love with that. Not just with that shape, but with that manufacturer, and it's just amazing.
Yeah. So has these nice bevels. Same thing on yours, and it just fits into your body, and it's just so comfortable.
It's meant to be played, and it's a great. What I call a workhorse guitar. You just need it like club gigging or something like that. You just need it against your amp, and you don't worry about it too much because it's very inexpensive. But also, I gotta say, it's not because it's just inexpensive. I mean, it's like
it's beautiful.
It's amazing, and even more. Here's the kicker. I not just bought it. I bought it as a B stock. They call it a B stock.
Yeah.
Are you aware of that?
Yeah. It's slightly been used.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone opened up the box, didn't like it, sent it back.
Exactly.
Played it for 5 minutes.
Yeah, all the plastic,
still on.
It was everywhere. And I thought it was even 20 or $30 less than it was usually.
Just from someone putting a finger
Yeah, exactly.
Good deal for you.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta win.
Yeah, but like I said, I knew that you were into vintage brand guitars and into that, and I was trying to get you into the Harley Bentons for the longest time because I kept talking, and even my other friends, they call me Mr. Harley Benton. Everyone's giggling about the fact that.
How come?
Well, like I said, I had never even heard of the brand more than 4 years ago, and they've blown me away. Now I have 2 other ones.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's like also those juniors are like starting to.
Grow on me.
Yeah, it started to grow on me. But the thing is, I believe, honestly, when I ordered it, I thought, oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever. And Toman liked it. I believe it was just one day after I ordered, because I ordered in the late evening. So I ordered on Monday night, something like that, and it arrived, I believe, on Wednesday. So, and I just unpacked it, and it was in tune, and it was perfect. And I thought, oh my God, I knew when I unboxed it, something new had started.
Yeah.
Something like
a new page in my life.
Exactly.
Yes.
A new page, a new way of collecting and buying more guitars. A new excuse to buy more. I don't have enough money, man. But it's actually like it's funny that you mentioned I was a key player for the vintage brand for like several years.
Yeah, you were sponsored or something?
Yeah, right. I got some equipment, and it was just a great relationship with them. And I even spoke with then owner Trevor Wilkinson about some stuff that they put out, and I thought, look, it's to me, it's like you either like a guitar, you like an instrument, or you don't, right?
And you know it right away.
Yeah, you just pick it up off the shelf, and exactly the same with the vintage brand as with these.
It just felt right.
Yeah, it's just, to me, it's like I'm just flabbergasted that it's like that you can just pick up any of those and it just feels right.
Harley Benton has blown me away. The first Harley Benton I got is that silver sparkle one.
Yeah.
Like you said, I pulled out of the box. It was perfectly in tune. I didn't have to do any setup on the strings. Right. There was no buzzing. The fretwork was just glorious.
Yeah.
These things, like I said, Harley Benton has, I think, in terms of the budget brands.
Yeah.
In terms of you can have an expensive ESP or an expensive Jackson. These are high quality instruments and they're thousands of euros.
Sure.
But they also, both of those brands, like ESP makes LTD, that's their affordable brand, and Jackson makes affordable Jackson guitars. But their quality, we talked about this prior, how they're all these guitars are built at the same factories, the same 4 factories.
Yeah, right.
But it's just each manufacturer tells that factory how much work to put into it. Like Harley Benton tells the factory put more work into the frets. So there's a lot more fret work than like I have these Jacksons. They're wonderful guitars, but the fret work wasn't where I wanted it when I bought it, you know, and they're more expensive than this. So I figured they would have spent the money to get the fretwork right, but they didn't. But that's the thing about Harley Benton is this is where they focus on the playability, the comfort zone.
Yeah.
They don't care about, we've got 3 pieces of mahogany and they're all different. Who gives a shit? They don't care.
You're right.
But the thing is, you know, they'll put in stuff like a volute.
Yeah.
These little tiny things where they put the focus of quality in terms of reliability and playability. And that, to me, Jackson can't even come close to that.
This is to me, it's like that's why I meant to say it's not to talk them down, but it's like a workhorse of a guitar, because you can just grab it and just play it instead of you know, like, and this is, to me, it's important. I've been playing guitar for such a long time, but to me it's like whenever I have to get more work with an instrument done instead of just fucking play it, then something's, to me, it's not. I never grew fond of guitars that were hard for me to play. I mean, it's, you know, it's This is to be expected from an instrument which is like 5, 6 or 7K. I mean, come on. This is like, if this is, it can be ordered for like, I don't know, 200 bucks or
250,
yeah, it's like nothing. And the fretwork is perfect. Why can't they do that? And somebody else, I won't name any brands, but somebody else is not able to do that. And I remember fondly the times, I believe it was the late 80s, early 90s, when the big names were really like very high on their horse, and they put out a lot of shit. I swear
like shitty products,
really bad instruments, and you had to sit there and, you know, like, nothing was you know, like, comfortable. Even the neck pocket was like scratchy and itchy, you know, like, it didn't feel good. It just
it didn't feel like a several €1,000 guitar.
Exactly, and you had to, you know, like, work half a year or even longer to buy it. And then you get it, and you have to bring it to a luthier in order to make it playable.
Yeah, and spend several hundred at a luthier.
What would you do if you were just starting out and you just, you know, like, you're a youngster, like, we always started somewhere, you know, like, and you don't have that much money. You put your money together, you buy a guitar that you like the looks of it, you're inexperienced to buy it, and you've got no fucking clue what to do with the thing except for like C major or something like that.
Yeah, looking cool in front of a mirror.
Yeah, exactly. You're like working out the windmill and stuff like that. We all are guilty of the pleasure. But what do? You know, like, will you resell it to somebody who's also incapable of tuning it up, you know?
There's a gazillion stories. Everyone's heard them of, you know, guitar player goes to a gig and his guitar is stolen out of the back of the van or out of some storage room or a back office at the venue. But if it's an expensive guitar like Reb Beach, he had several guitars stolen as well, and these are expensive things. You can't exactly replace them the next day. So, you know, with these affordable, like you said, it's a workhorse. You can take it to a gig, you can beat the shit out of it, and if it falls apart or someone steals it, $200 more, I got another one.
Yeah, to me, it's not like an investment.
Exactly.
As a musician, you try to, you know, like, write a song on it, or at least try to perform some for some people. But the thing is, to me, it's like when you're I got very expensive guitars at home, and I gotta be really honest with you. I'm really shying off of using them.
You don't want to break them.
Yeah,
it's no scratches. Well, you like scratch guitars.
Yeah, not a scratch type. But thing is, I'm kind of reluctant to unpack them. I don't know, for some reason, because this thing is just sitting there, like the white one that I got from my wife.
Yeah.
It's just leaning on in front of the amp that I'm usually using when I'm working out or writing songs. So I just grab it and just play it because it's not an
It's
art.
there too.
It just sits there, and even if the dog is, you know, like a kind of young dog, and she's always, you know, like sniffing around, and I don't worry about that too much. With a Gibson custom shop guitar.
Get away from that.
Like the Poppy Burst that I own. I told you about this. I think I brought it last year, but it's a beautiful guitar. Don't get me wrong, it's amazing, and I played it on several occasions. But it's not like I would let my dog.
Yeah, and also one huge advantage of buying affordable guitars, there is no such thing as buyer's remorse.
Yeah, right. Not just about affordability. It's more like this is an instrument. It wants to be played, and what helps me bring my emotions or my intent across to the audience who's willing to pay to see me.
Yeah, people also leave their house to come see you.
Yeah, exactly. They're just sitting in the room. It's just like, and I always think like if I buy that guitar for like I don't know $6,000, look, I gotta play a lot of gigs for that.
To pay it off, you mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there have been times when I was earning pretty good money with music, but there have also been pretty shitty times, like the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Like down the shitter, But
In terms of income from your music. Yeah.
Exactly. So you need to
The pandemic f***ed all that up.
Yeah, we all turned out not to feel too great about this. But thing is, to me, it's like. You still need. Sometimes you need that spark of a new instrument. You know what I'm talking
kick in the
about.
ass.
Yeah, exactly. Just to feel fresh and inspired again. And it doesn't always have to be a guitar, I know, but sometimes you just need it. So you have to figure out a way during that pandemic time to feel fresh and inspired, but without going bankrupt. This is something that I learned. I've studied some other artists, so to speak, and even painters do this. They just this is the reason why a lot of those guys live in there, or they at least they sleep in their studio, their atelier, as you will. But the thing is, they just get up. They got an idea. They just get up and they just start drawing it, or I don't know, hammering or whatever they do.
Pissing on paper.
Yeah, exactly. Just set it on fire. Taking a dump.
I call this shit on a plate.
This Johnny the Pop. The thing is, as long as you can be productive when you feel.
When you want to be productive.
One of the guys from GNT said it's two things about inspiration. First thing, you have to know when it hits you, and the second thing, you have to be able to record it.
Yeah. You have to be ready to go.
Exactly. It's just f***ing easy. But finding a room like this is what makes me smile all day. Like it's amazing.
Well, like I said, just go home, show your wife all the pictures of the room, bring her a bottle of wine, maybe some roses, and maybe some nice cheesecake, something that she would enjoy, and say, honey, we have this room upstairs. It's not really being used by anyone except you. I want to turn that into a studio. I think you mentioned that you had started playing when you were 3.
Yeah, well, playing is a little bit, like those were not my formative years. But I got my first guitar when I was 3 years old. We went to a vacation, my parents and I was, like crying all day because I wanted a guitar. I want a guitar. Until one day my dad just finally decided to, this is embarrassing, just get a guitar for him. And so I got a kid's guitar from Spain.
Like a ukulele or?
No, it was a proper acoustic nylon string guitar, but it's like for kids. It's like half the size of a normal one. So but what I don't think I really played it, but I owned it and I tried to.
Just making noise.
Yeah, exactly. So what do you do with a 3-year-old with an instrument?
He's gonna sit there and go, exactly what you did.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's like I said, it's when the kids come over, they're not playing.
They're way older than I was. Like I could barely,
stand up, piss without filling up your pants.
Yeah, taking a shit without proper, You know?
Well, for me, my first guitar was I got mine. I started taking guitar lessons in school. Like, it was part of your school.
high school? Or?
No, elementary school.
Okay.
I was 9 years old,
Awesome.
and I started playing guitar. We were using the school guitars, the very nice Yamaha guitars at the school, and we had our class like 10, 15 people, and that was music class.
Yeah, right.
This week we're learning guitar. Next week we're learning the flute. We learned a whole bunch of instruments, but the one that really stuck with me was the guitar.
You're right.
And for my 10th birthday, I believe it was for my 10th birthday, my mom, or maybe it was for Christmas, I don't know. My mom bought me a little acoustic guitar, like a proper, like you said, nylon strings. It was a Bontempi. That was the brand.
Nice.
And I had that guitar for only a few months because I think it was around the holidays. Our babysitter came over and we were just goofing off. And my babysitter hit me on the ass with my guitar and broke it off the neck. So I never had another guitar for like 2 more years after that. And then we got the electric guitars. For you to get your first guitar at 3 though, do you still have that or pictures?
No, it's a sad story actually,
Okay.
because my mom decided 1 year later.
Sad story, warning.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Spoiler alert! The guitar doesn't exist anymore because my mother decided to have a seat in it, and she didn't notice until it cracked.
Crunch
under her, and so I was crying. It was totally, like. I think I'm still
hurt.
still not over this. But it sounds horrible. It was only several years later that I got my first real electric guitar, and before that I attended music school at my hometown, and I had to play the
classical sitting position.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was always thinking, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? And I wasn't really aware of the difference between, let's say, Eric Clapton and those classical guys.
Yeah.
I only did not want to play like this. I knew, I wasn't really sure if Jimi Hendrix or Jimmy Page ever played those classical pieces, and even if they did, if they were so fond of it, so that they tried to smash the thing, and but still it helped me out because I could read music, and I can read music, and it helped me out a whole lot because I know there's more than just like the pentatonic boxes or something like that.
No, that's all you need. It's all you need, bro. Here's the pentatonic, bro.
Yeah.
Fake news.
Different compartment.
So I got my first electric guitar when I was 12. When did you get your first electric?
I don't really remember, but I was starting out in a band. It's like industrial. It wasn't a term back then, but I was one of the guys who I bought a guitar in order to join that band. So,
okay.
Yeah. So I always wanted an electric guitar, and I always wanted a Fiesta Red Stratocaster because of Mark Knopfler, because he was the go-to guy, and I loved the music. I still do. It's like one of the guys who made me pick up the guitar and who made me practice. Basically, just practice. If you want to get better, just play the thing and just practice. And so I had to get a Fiesta Red, a Stratocaster. Obviously,
It had to be my hero.
Yeah. We all have been guilty of doing that, right? And I got it in a set with a little a combo from Sun.
Yeah, you mentioned the Sun now.
Yeah, exactly. And the guitar is from Sun as well, and it's not a reed Fender, but it's I think they produced them in Taiwan back then in the day. I don't know, but this one still exists. It's in one of my rehearsal rooms. And it's safe and sound, and it feels good. I hope so. I haven't seen it in a while, but it's a very difficult to play. It's got a baseball bat, and it's but it has been my first electric guitar, and I will never get rid of that. Yeah.
I got rid of my first guitar.
I know.
I took it to a pawn shop because I needed some money.
Yeah, sure.
And the pawn shop only gave me $40 for it, and all I did was just drink beer with my friends.
The thing is, I've sold, I believe it's about 12 to 15 guitars that I owned, an old Ibanez AS, a jazz model. It fell out of favor, so I decided to sell it.
Yeah, you didn't want to play it anymore.
Yeah, so it's But there's one guitar that I really regret having sold it. It's one of the PGM 19th birthday of that Matsumoto blah 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 factory where those Ibanez's are being made, and it's a blue one with a special binding. I got it. I bought it at that time, and Paul played it on that day that I bought it, and years later I sold it along with an amp in order because I needed some money. But I always every day I regret. I think, oh come on, it's like. Yeah. I didn't even get a lot of money for it because those were the days when guitars went not like an investment.
Yeah.
This is where to me it's like it gets even more interesting because those stories surrounding the instrument that's being played or not being played, whatever, for whatever reason. But this is the stuff that it's really like this. It's not just an instrument anymore.
It's part of your life.
Yeah,
it's part of your memories.
To a certain extent, that's true because you get used to it. There's not that much which gets closer to you. You know.
Yeah, you're touching it with your fingers.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, it's like
it's intimate.
Yeah, really intimate.
Oh yeah, it's got the perfect shape. You know, the perfect body shape with the hips. Yeah.
Only on Patreon.
Only on Patreon. Outtakes. Because we can't show this to the kids.
No. Definitely don't show it to the kids.
Oh my goodness. There's always going to be things in your past life that you wish you never got rid of.
Yeah. There's that's
not just guitars, but
there's nothing that I can do about it. It's just from time to not every day is a little bit an overdrive, but from time to time I think of that guitar and I wonder where it went because there's been one gig, a spectacular gig because I hurt my finger and I didn't notice. I had like a cut like this length.
Oh.
And it was like bleeding. And I didn't
while you were playing.
Yeah. And everybody was looking like. And in the audience, everyone was, oh my god, this is like, and I didn't even.
It's part of the show, motherfucker!
Yeah, my fingers hurt.
I'm Gene Simmons, look at the blood, it's real blood.
Yeah, it's not like that dramatic, but you could see, like, I believe at that point in time I was wearing a white shirt and it was
oh,
everything the guitar looked like totally messy, and I thought, what the f***, where's that blood coming from? Oh, that's myself, you know? Because I hurt myself when I was doing something in the backstage in the green room. I don't really remember it, but I know that I hurt myself. And that's a guitar that I was playing on that gig, which I sold then years later. And I always, you know, this is the stuff, you know, like when you think about why did I get rid of that guitar? It comforted me in a very dark place, you know.
Yeah.
So I hurt my finger and I still could finish it. The gig to everybody's satisfaction, and I could just keep on playing, even though I was hurting.
Yeah.
Because you know, when you see it, it's immediately you started to hurt. You know.
Yeah, it's like a little kid, a 3-year-old falls down. Yeah. No one's looking, so he gets up and plays. But if there's an adult around,
exactly. As soon as you give it attention, things starting to shit hits the fan. But that's the thing. That I've been, you know, like, why did I sell this guitar, you know, why on earth did I do that? But yeah, there's nothing I can do about it. But that's the one gone purchase that I really think I shouldn't have done. But the rest of it is okay. And even to this day, when I trade guitars with people on eBay or something like that, or I meet some student who wants to play a guitar that I own, and months later he's like, oh, this feels comfortable to me, can I have it?
Yeah.
And so like this is I think this is perfectly fine, it's normal. But things just, you know, come into your life and they go away. But it's some things seem to have
a bit of a lasting effect.
Yeah, like a closer connection to you.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Have to reframe it a bit. Oh, back up. There we go. There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Go fix my hair.
My hair.
Oh, my hair. You've released a couple of new tracks over the past year.
Right.
You're working with a new producer, Dwayne, our friend.
Yeah.
So you've got a couple of new tracks out, and you've got what's on the plans for the future on that?
So right now we already recorded and finished 3 songs, which can be found on YouTube, Spotify, and whatnot. So right now there's, I believe, 4 already in the can, which are not yet mixed because of a new technology that's being introduced or at Flames Entertainment. And as soon as they get as it's being mastered, mixed and mastered, you'll all get a notification, and it's going to be the ride of a lifetime, because it's the first time that honestly that we don't do it album wise, because that's nowadays it's not really.
No one buys albums.
Yeah, exactly. So apart. Well, I do, but
I still do too.
Yeah. but
us old timers.
Back in those old times, we had to buy albums.
Back in my day, we had to spin the CD ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. Even if it was snowing.
Yeah, uphill both ways.
Yeah. But the thing is, I think it's a pretty comfortable route to be going, because we just producing song by song. We do single wise basically.
Yeah.
So, and right now we got Freundschaft is one song, Mutmacher is one song, Kleine Sache is one song, and Ein echter Mann is a song which is just being finished recording. I just sent it to Dwayne like several days ago, and it's like 4. Yeah, it's gonna be like a big, massive hit of my music, and I'm really looking forward to it, because I just recently, like 2 or 3 hours ago, I just got a message from Dwayne, and we're right now we are published internationally, which is amazing.
Yeah, you're mentioning places like India.
Yeah, India and Peru.
Denmark.
Yeah, Denmark, Poland, Peru, and the biggest share right now is, I believe, in France, which is like almost 50% of all the radio spins. There's pop, which is awesome, because that's just perfect. I think it's like almost 50% and 25% in the US of A. Can you believe that? German guitar player in the USA.
Well, Rammstein, and
You're right.
I think it was, what was that band? What was that band? I forget. Well, no, not.
Blithering idiot.
Idiot! We're not talking about this.
No, not Scorpions. But yeah, that's another one.
Yeah,
Scorpions also helped open the door for German musicians.
Right.
But back in those days, it was always funny, because you could always tell a band, like just from the band photo.
Yeah.
You could tell they were from Germany, because all the guitar players had flying V's.
Yeah, right.
Every frickin' German band had flying V's, and every guitar player in that band had flying V's. And okay, they're from Germany. Yeah.
That's historically it's accurate. But the thing is, I believe it's like we started out. I think, I don't want to say anything incorrectly, but I think we started out publishing mostly Germany. Because it would make sense, because people.
Well, that's where you want to try to get the focus going.
Exactly. Yeah. Because you know, it's like, who thinks that, like, I'm gonna send it to Peru?
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna send it to Mallorca.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll be my core audience.
Yeah, like it's preposterous, so to speak. But the thing is, Dwayne just set out on a new course, like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 months ago, and we just started producing those songs and publishing them internationally, and then bringing them back to Germany. And all of a sudden, the radio spins in Germany start getting a little bit more reaction as well, which is kind of funny.
Well, we call it traction. You're getting traction.
Right. Yeah.
The audience is actually starting to notice.
Yeah, right. Which is, it's a good feeling, man. It's a good feeling. Yeah. But I still got some more to go, and I got my little booklet, where just when I find an idea, when I find it useful, usually I start out with lyrics. When I write a song, sometimes I got a riff. There's this new one. This is the intro riff, and I just sat on my couch and I just played it, and I thought this is that's nice. That's quite good. So I started writing a song around it, and I started, like putting all the shit together that you need, obviously, for it to thrive and bloom and make it into a song.
Yeah.
But normally, I got an idea. Something happens at work or whatnot. So you grab that idea and you try to make it into a lyric or some poem or what you want to call it. And then from that's a good starting point because it's already got a rhythm.
Yeah, I was going to say you've already got the melody in your head slightly, the pacing.
Exactly. To me, it's easier than starting out with a guitar riff. It's I think the songs that I tend to like and to use and to write are not always like the most complicated. I like to keep it simple as well. I like to use not a formula. That's not true. But I like to stuff that you've gotten used to, and as soon as this is the first song that we published for just to take an example. It's like I had these lines, wenn ich alles so anschaue, drehen wir uns alle im Kreis. Es macht vieles leichter, weil ich alles schon weiß. So this is the first verse. Then there's the B part and the chorus and all that good stuff. And then I had to write a melody around it. I knew that I wanted.
Just like beating a pulse.
Yeah. So that's I wanted to have it like that spaghetti western groove kind of sound. So I had to write a really good melody around it. So in order to start not with the riff or with the lyrics, just to have to introduce the song, and that was like sometimes things just happen out of nowhere. You don't know where it comes from, and I had a looper pedal.
Yeah, that's a great way to improvise.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and also just a great way to keep practicing your lyrics so you don't forget them. And
That's true.
So
I never think about forgetting the lyrics.
yeah.
Where the was I? Oh yeah.
I'm gonna sing a third verse. We didn't even start the concert, man.
We were just warming up.
Yeah, this is rehearsal, man.
Sorry, I was stoned.
Oh, you were still in the room, you idiot. But I had to write this. I had this idea. I wanted to have it that special vibe to it, and I needed a really strong, like Italian, like really strong go-to-hot melody around it. And I was like trying out and here and there. I just, like people when you play a lot, you tend to think too complicated. This is where this thing came to mind when you just said one of my songs when I was 14, they were pretty simple. That's a good thing. That's a good thing because the melody that I found was like it's simple. It is simple, and it just added to the B part. That was the B part. It's really also very simple.
Yeah.
But it sticks to your head. I just played it. Sarah, my wife, came into the house, came to my room, and I was just playing it and it had the looper running, and I just started. And I played the melody, and she was like, "Oh my god, I got goosebumps! That's awesome! That sounds beautiful!" And I thought, "This is always okay." So I gotta,
lock that down, mother.
You really like it, like just hit the record button on the phone and just record it as fast as possible.
I can't imagine how someone like Mozart in his day, who didn't have recording devices, he released hundreds of pieces of music. How many did he never release because he wrote them while drunk and never remembered them?
This is the thing, like Daniel Gilbert, the guy who was teaching us at GIT, who said two things about that, inspirational thing. Just you have to have a device in order to you have to know when it hits you, and you have to have something to record you with. And some weeks or months later, I've read an interview with Mark Tremonti from Alter Bridge or Creed, the guitarist, and he said, "Dude, I've got like a suitcase full of tapes." Recorded shit from he's using those old tape recorders.
The old cassettes.
Yeah, he's just sitting it. So it doesn't matter if it sounds shit or it's just important to have
so you can hear it.
Yeah, exactly. You have to get into the groove again and get into the spirit again.
Yeah.
Pull it back to you. When it's trying to leave, just you gotta stay here with me. Just pull it back, and whatever means necessary, whatever works for you, it's perfect.
Oh, speaking of Guitar Institute, you went to Guitar Institute in California.
Yes, I did.
How did that come about? Because I actually read about that place in Guitar for the Practicing Musician, probably the same magazine you read. And I heard about MIT, and I was always thinking, what would it be like to go there? So what was it like? I've heard that it was like a campus where you could walk around and people are playing guitar on the steps or playing flute over there, and you sit down and jam with them and just talk music.
It's just an amazing place to meet what I might say world-class musicians. It's like the staff there. It's like beyond anything. It's like the guy that I took most of the lessons with because of my upbringing and because of my recordings was the guy goes by the name Jeffrey Marshall, and he's like he's a regular teacher there, and he's doing it for years, and he's like he had some column in Guitar World, and he's like it's just. We were basically like two times a week. We were just sitting down and I could just shoot my questions about anything guitar related to him, and he was trying to help me out with my issues. Not so much tech wise, but it was like try to open your mind to be more creative. And we had this one session, and I will never forget it. We were just getting warmed up. It was the first session. He was just playing a groove, and he said like look. Just to get to know each other, like to warm up, and he was like, was playing just a basic groove, like some rock groove, cowboy, Indian, whatever, and I just had to improvise over it. And as soon as he was satisfied, he changed not the groove, but the whole
key.
Yeah, not the key so much, but the thing is, we started off with just a G. And later on, we had like this thing with I had to improvise over that.
Yeah.
G7 raised, flat 9 raised.
Sus4.
Yeah, like this thing that I thought, f*** you man, what am I gonna play with this? It got more complex as you go, in order to keep
the brain going.
Yeah, exactly. In order to not make you survive, but not to think so much, but like to listen, just shut up and listen,
Yeah.
Just listen to what I'm playing and just try to find your way. Maybe do not think too much about it. Try to find your way. And what I found out is, especially over this chord, like I've just seen him play a G7 inside of an E chord, of an E major chord, and which makes it really stingy and really like jazzy. And I just try jazz, forbidden word, jazz. Well, which made sense to me. I just tried to combine those triads, and he was look, this is where I want you to be. Like listen to what the other guys are doing, and then you can produce not correct notes. Then you are a musician, which is a difference.
Well, there goes the joke, right?
Yeah.
I don't always play bad notes, but when I do, I call it jazz.
I know.
Well, here's the thing. Let me throw this at you. You're a teacher. You've got students? You teach them music and stuff. Did your experience at MIT did that shape the way that you teach your?
A whole lot. It's all about encouragement, about
Positive reinforcement.
Yeah, to be yourself and to find. I always tell my students, each one of us is on a mission, and each one of us got their own superpower.
We're on a mission from God.
We're on a mission from God.
Yeah, exactly. We're all on a mission. We all got our superpower, and we have to find out what superpower it is within each one of us. And,
my superpower is to fart.
I know, terrible man.
That's a power. It's maybe not super, but it's powerful.
I think I shit myself.
Awful. But to be honest, it's an awesome place, and I encourage everybody to just go through that experience once. If you feel like doing it, obviously if you don't, then don't do it. But
is that what made you want to become a teacher, or?
No, I've been a teacher before, but I wanted to not limit myself sounds a little bit boasting, but I wanted to be as free in my vocabulary with guitar and music as I possibly can be. I wanted to be the best version of myself.
Yeah.
And I had the feeling that when you're surrounded with these guys,
High level of musicians, yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned, but on the first evening, and I played 2 concerts there with the drummer from the Tina Turner, the show band, and he was like amazing. I mean, I think even he's like, I just watched him play, you know, like in that introduction evening, and he was like hammering it out, and I thought, this is like, I don't know what it is, but
How do I jump in on this?
yeah, exactly. And he's like, we're just, you know, like having a beer and just talking later on. And he said, I asked him, what the I mean, come on, no, you know, gotta be serious here. And he said, yeah, I'm you know, you might know her, Tina Turner, and
Never heard of her.
yeah, never heard of her. It's just such a polite person, like, and he's like, it's awesome. It's just awesome to learn from these guys, how they go on stage, how they prepare the green room.
Yeah, also prepare mentally too.
Yeah, exactly. How they get into that zone.
Yeah.
How do they, you know, even this guy has got his survival struggles and his little depressive things that he's keep going and treasuring.
I need that bump of cocaine to keep it going. The paycheck last time was not big enough.
You know, even those guys, you know, they will admit, I got my fights as well, you know, I'm just human as well, but how does he, you know, like, still
Get through the day.
Yeah. How does he manage his procrastinative side?
Like we talked about when you first started playing guitar, you got your first guitar at 3. When did that process come in where the guitar was actually now a thing that you weren't just doing this on?
Actually, it was a little bit later because I took drum lessons with a brother of a friend of mine, as well.
A brother of a friend of a sister of a cousin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, one of the housekeepers, neighbor.
Pet dogger.
But the thing is, you like. I think I started to take it a little bit more seriously later on when I went to that music school at my hometown, and I had a regular teacher, and I went there twice a week. And
How old were you?
I don't remember. I don't really remember. It was in my teens.
Oh, okay.
It was later. It was way later. And later on, when I started out with that band, with that. Yeah, we even recorded some demo tapes and all that good stuff, and it was the old days, like, you know, you had that tape recorder,
Analog recording. What's that?
exactly, like a piece of plastic. You put it inside, you press 2 buttons, and you hope the
2
best will
words.
come out.
Tape hiss.
Yeah, exactly. And later on, we recorded with yet another band where. A friend of mine and I would just basically, we founded the band and we wanted it to be with a drum machine and all that stuff, which was important back in the day to have, and which then transformed into a real rock band with 2 guitars and a singer and a drummer, and
And a set of groupies.
yeah, of course, because nobody wanted to listen to us, right? So it's like a mercy, you know. But the thing is, things progress as you further in your life or in your, you know, like in your adventure playing guitar, making music, and things change, and do not be hesitant to welcome those, because it's really important to notice that you just enjoy your time with those marvelous things that we call guitar. And I think, to me, it's still to this day, whenever I open a case, like when I bought this one, it's like, it's always, oh my god, are you gonna be a good
Swing!
Yeah. Immediately, oh my god, it's so exciting. And even if I flip up the switches of an older guitar that I haven't played in a longer time, and I just, it's to me, it's like one of the most, you know, marvelous things that you can do, being creative on an instrument like voice or flute or guitar. And to me, it's like one of the most human things that you can do, like be on your mission.
We're on a mission from God.
Be yourself and try to, you know, like fulfill somebody else's life, maybe with some lyrics, with some guitar playing, and just enjoy. Just enjoy. That's all I can say about this. In the last years, or just 1 year basically, ever since I touched this guitar, I've set out on a little bit of a different course than I did before. I was a little bit snobistic. Right now, I'm like, no, this is like too awesome not to own, you know. Just can't
I'm glad I kicked that cat.
You did.
Or
you
a
did.
can, or...
No,
I kicked that hornet's nest. That's it.
oh
I
my
got
God,
you moving in
God,
a different
it's like-
direction.
It's just a beautiful thing to do, like playing or writing a song, writing lyrics, or I don't know, taking photographs, whatever is your creative outlet. Don't let that be taken away by snobistic or internet bullying
Or people, telling you, no,
you know,
you need
like-
to get this instead.
Yeah, because
People.
because that thing that you own there is just bullshit because it's not as expensive as mine.
No.
Just enjoy the ride, and there's so many big really big players like Paul Gilbert. When he started out, he just recently he said in an interview that the Marshall that he wanted he had it modded with his dad, and he was a teenager. Don't forget that. They wanted it in order to make the tubes go even hotter.
Yeah.
And so he installed a toaster unit inside of that, or
Like
on
a
top
heater.
of it, a heater. And so it looked very strange. And I think there's video footage. You can probably find it on YouTube. It looks very strange, but it worked for him. And probably where people are still going, that looks ridiculous, you know, like it looks like a fucking toaster, a heater on top of a fucking Marshall.
Until you plug it in and listen.
Yeah, exactly. Until Paul starts to play, you know, like it melts your face right off. But this is like you put it perfectly. I just wanted to regurgitate again. Whatever works for you, just go with that, and just most of all enjoy.
Yeah.
Don't be fooled by brand names. Don't be fooled by marketing. Don't be fooled by naysayers. Don't be fooled by internet.
Don't worry about the whole guitar gunslinger attitudes. I'm better than you.
Yeah, right.
There's lots of people, like I see
Right.
these videos where people go out and they play something absolutely gorgeous, and some of the comments say, well, because of you, I'm throwing my guitar away. And it's
Yeah,
like,
right, yeah.
why? Like, they're joking, obviously, but the point is that people get discouraged because they're not as good as that guy.
Right.
Don't
right.
do that.
Right.
Play to your
Right.
level. If you
Right.
want it, like me, like you probably play to get better. As you said, you want to be the best guitar player you can be. I'm not that guy. I enjoy playing guitars and I enjoy collecting them, but I don't want to be the best guitar player. I used to be much better. I told you about how I had my injury, so I can't really feel this hand.
Yeah, right.
So I can't do what I used to do, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I'll never be as good as I used to be, but that's okay. It's not the goal to be the best I can be at guitar. It's for me, the goal is to simply enjoy the guitars for the time that I have them.
The thing is, to me, it's like when it gets too competitive, I stop right.
Yeah,
there.
I want to go drink some beer and I don't want to talk about guitars anymore.
It immediately, it immediately stops.
Yeah, the boner just goes away.
Yeah, exactly. That's also for the Patreons.
Yeah. Okay, so that's our interview with Dirk
Scherer, Dirk Scherer, still.
Dwayne?
Dirk.
Daryl?
Dirk.
Dirt.
D-R-R-K.
Oh, Daryl. Oh, yes. So this is our guest, Dirk Scherer. Again, he's a German singer-songwriter, and he's a blazing good guitar player and a good singer. He's got some singles out now. Keep an eye for him. You'll probably see this video around. And yeah, you'll see his face splashed around soon. He'll be rich and famous, and you're going to have to be his groupie. You're not going to have a choice in the matter. You're going to be his groupie. He will make you his groupie. So thank you again for joining us. Dirk Scherer, thank you very much for being with us. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It was a blast, and like I said in the intro, it's just awesome to be here. You can't imagine this.
And by the way, you're not taking any of these f***ing guitars with you, man. They're mine.
Little does he know, I already did.
Ciao, everybody.
Bye-bye.